What is going on, everyone? This is Jabo. I'm your host, Brendan Bryan, and these are my power rankings for the NASCAR Truck Series after the 6th race of the year at Bristol. Let's get started. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can we make the Truck Series even more exciting than it currently is? How about if we get 7? Count them 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Cup drivers in the field. That is a record, mind you. A record 7 NASCAR Cup Series drivers race in the Truck Series at Bristol, which is just dandy. It's definitely not something that inhibits the racing or development or all that fun stuff. It's just dandy. Anyway, funny enough, the truck guys were actually the drivers to beat through this race all night long. It looked like Lane Riggs, Caden Honeycutt, Ty Majeski were all going to be drivers to beat in this race until, yeah, they got a bit of an oopsie doopsie on their hands. It took every competitive truck out, essentially, from the regulars, except for Christian Eckes. Eckes has gotten off to a really slow start this season, but he's starting to really crank things up, and he looked like the truck to beat for a while, until he got into a bit of a tussle with Corey Heim, and it's never a good look. Yes, he did take out Corey Heim, so Corey will not get that $500,000 bonus or total $500,000 for the truck challenge. And instead, it looked like maybe this would be Eckes' race to lose, and well, he did. He lost it. Christopher Bell, Cup Series regular, had a wickedly handling race car all night long, but was able to hold that thing straight for the final portion of the race, pull away from Chandler Smith, who actually got a really good restart at the end, and was able to actually keep up with Bell for some time and take the win for Halmar Friesen Racing, which is pretty cool to see a team you don't really see in Victory Lane in the Truck Series get a win. It kind of sucks it was a Cup guy, but still really good for Friesen Motorsports. This team seems to have more and more speed every week. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to Carson Ferguson driving for Colleague Racing in that 25 rotation car. Well, truck, not car. He finished 21st in his Truck Series debut. That's not bad, considering I would just, explode. So, good on him. Hope to see more of him in the future. Alright, now taking a look at the power rankings. As you can see, no more Josh Rayome because, he's not racing home. Okay. In last place, we still have Spencer Boyd. Some movement up and down the rankings a little bit, but the biggest one I want to look at here is in 16th, your biggest winner of the weekend, that being Dawson Sutton. To me, this is a driver who doesn't get talked about nearly enough. Remember Rackley War Racing, the team he races for, used to have Matt DiBenedetto, then they got rid of him, then they brought in Ty Dillon, and then Ty Dillon sucked, and then they brought in Dawson Sutton, this literal baby in a bassinet, essentially. Ended up getting a top 10 in one of his first ever starts, and kind of had a learning curve of a rookie season, but this team is starting to show pace this season. They had top 10 speed at Rockingham, didn't quite get the job done there, but they did get it done here with a 7th place result. Very good on Dawson Sutton. Kudos to him and that race team. As we look throughout the rest of the rankings, not a ton of crazy movement. Your biggest loser of the week is Justin Haley, dropping 2 spots in the rankings. Let me just say, not a terrible result considering the truck, but, the guys ahead of him have had better seasons than he has. Jake Garcia in particular is starting to really rack off some good finishes. Ben Rhodes, how about him? He had a winning truck at Bristol, but just did not have luck on his side. Was top 5, but had an issue late, ended up dropping to, I believe, 11th. Also, shout out to Butterbean Queen, Haley's teammate. He got a top 10, drops a spot in the rankings, but really good result for Ram this weekend. Got a driver in the top 10, top 15, and their one-off car, not bad, 21st. You also see Ty Majeski, he's starting to fall in the rankings. Look, kind of similar to Sam Mayer in the O'Reilly series to me. Really fast truck, just does not have the results to back it up. I expect this team to make it to the chase. I expect this team to win races and compete. In fact, I picked them to win the title in the preseason. So this team will turn it around, I think, eventually. But right now, they're not where they need to be, so that's why he is now 6th in the standings. And you see Christian Eckes moving up 2 positions after a solid result at Bristol. Your top 3 still remain the same after last week. Kind of a reverse of fortunes. Last week, Riggs and Honeycutt really good results. Chandler Smith got DQ'd, and now Chandler Smith gets a runner-up, while Riggs and Honeycutt have poor results after having fast cars getting caught up in that accident. So kind of interesting movement all throughout. It'll be interesting to see what happens next. Well, there you have it, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to my weekly NASCAR Truck Series Power Rankings on Jabo. I've been your host, Brendan Bryan, and I will see you all in a few weeks after Texas.